Welcome, Alaska providers. Today, we are going to talk about updating your service codes and also creating new service authorizations, and lastly, copying those service authorizations to save you time with the rest of your list. Let's hop in the system. Okay, here I have my Therap dashboard, and the first thing we're going to do is look at our service code list. So head over to your admin tab and scroll down to that billing section you'll have at the bottom of your list. Okay. Description code and list will take you into your service codes list. Okay. The first thing you're going to do is open up one of these service codes. Yours may look like 0 for the unit rate. You're going to put in the unit rate that's appropriate for your region, and then scroll down to the bottom and update. If some of these service codes don't apply to you, you'll have a little square here, a little button you can select. If these service codes don't apply to your agency, you can select those, and then at the bottom, select delete. Okay, so you can clean up that list if you need to. All right, next we're going to head over to our dashboard and over to the billing tab. All right, first thing we're going to do is create a new service authorization. I'll click New under Service Authorization. If you have several program sites, the first thing you'll do is choose a program site. If you only have one program site, it'll go directly to this list of individuals. Okay, choose your first individual, and you're brought to this screen. So we have our program site, our individual name chosen. The individual ID type you'll place in this box will be Medicaid number. Okay, there are several options here, but you'll want Medicaid number. That's going to point to that field on your IDF or your individual demographic form, where the individual was first placed into the system, so you don't have to add that Medicaid number in again. Okay. You'll leave authorization number and accounting number blank. You'll choose your funding source. Alaska Medicaid should show up there for you. Your begin date is going to be your 1/1 of 2021. The end date is going to be the real end date of your plan of care or support plan. I'll go ahead and use a full year in mine. Next, we're going to scroll down to the service and click Add New Service. I'll go ahead and make this screen bigger here for you. Service description code will be a drop-down. This is a list you just addressed with your rates and cleaning up any of these service codes that you don't need. Okay. Pick which one applies to your individual. From that service code form, a lot of this information will pre-fill for you. That unit of measure will come in, the rate will come in. That's why it's important for you to update your service codes first for that rate. What you'll need to enter here first is your total billable units. Now, this is going to be the prorated unit available for your 1/1/2021 start date. Okay, just put 1,000 units in for mine. If needed, you can click this calculator. We'll calculate the total authorized amount between the unit and the rate. All of the rest of this information came over from your service code form. The prior authorization number you will want to place in there, that's the P number. It should be structured with a capital P, the 2-digit year, and then 7 additional digits. Your method of data collection should be EVV. When that updates, you'll have unit calculation rule. Choose the drop-down, select your 15-minute unit, and the duration calculation rule. You'll select total duration. These rules were placed in the system for you. This automatic unit calculation also came from your service code form. At the bottom here, you have authorized units per period. You want to place your weekly units, not hours, but your units in this field. And choose restrict and continue. Choosing restrict and continue, if you're using the billing module later on will give you that actual non-billable unit data on a report. Okay. Go ahead and save. Okay. Now we have our service line filled out here. Next, we have notification levels. This is your choice. You can put in expiration for days and percentage of unit if you want. Okay. This can also be placed in the provider preferences from your admin tab. And so all clients will have the same notification levels. The attachment, you can also scan in or add in a file for an attachment. You have a place for comments. And at the bottom, you're going to click Approve. That authorization is now complete. So next, we're going to talk about copying our service authorization so we have a head start on our next ones. So I'm going to go to Service Authorization Search. Okay, I don't need to fill out anything here. I can, if you want to search by program, site, or individual, you absolutely can. And scroll down and click Search here so I get my entire list of active individuals. You can increase the record number over here if you need, and you can also use the filter. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and use the filter up here and type in the name of the person I just finished. Okay, so you can see how just a few letters will bring that up. So this is the individual that I just finished their authorization, and I want to copy it now for somebody else. So I'll click on this. Most important thing here is don't change anything about this individual. Okay, we want to scroll all the way down to the bottom. And we see these buttons now, copy and create new for. You'll see this individual. This would be if they were renewing. This would be that tool to help you bring in their new service authorization. Okay, or another individual. We can copy for someone else. So I'm going to click another individual. Okay, when choosing another individual, you still have the option to switch program sites. So if you wanted to move between your different program sites, you absolutely could. I'm going to stay within Anchorage here and choose this individual. Okay, so funding source is already filled out for me. Medicaid number's already placed in there. I just need to put in my dates. So 1/1 of 21. And I'll go ahead and use the same 12/31/21 in mine. Again, that's going to be your real end date of your plan of care. Okay. I already have my service code form here, my service line form, excuse me. I can update this or add another if I need. I'm going to go ahead and update this. Okay, make that bigger. All right, so I can still change this. This doesn't have to be perfect. So if this individual that I copied over from my other, if they didn't have this consumer directed and they had agency instead, right? I can still change that. So your copies don't have to be absolutely perfect. It does help you get that head start into the next one. Okay, I'll update my total billable units if needed. Okay, and if I'm using that calculator, we'll need to update the calculator. Okay, bring in my prior authorization number. Okay, and I still have EVV selected, my unit calculation rule, duration calculation rule, and a weekly amount. So if I've just changed the units up top for this individual, I'm going to probably need to change those weekly units as well. Okay. Go ahead and save. And there's my service line form filled out. Okay. Because I copied this notification level stays with it. Or again, you can do that within your provider preferences on your admin tab. Okay. And approve. From here, I can click back to list or back to form. Back to form would take me into the service authorization I just finished, or back to list, I would go back to my search list. I can take out my filter and choose someone else to copy. All right. Thank you very much. You all have a wonderful day.